Bum ba da bum 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 boop 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 boop. Sorry, I was trying to get the note. I was just listening to the Portals theme from Avengers Endgame, and I gotta say, it just fills me with joy knowing that I was there the day that Avengers Endgame came out, and I was able to experience it. Just listening to the music gives me the exact same feeling I had when I watched that movie in theaters with a bunch of different people, and we just watched in awe as which will be one of the greatest examples of cinematic mastery that we know today. I just gotta say that overall the film is just mwah. Now, of course, that being said, there are things about the film that I kind of wish was changed. But at the same time, the movie was so good that it's very easy to overlook those things and still see it as a great film. But we are not here to talk about that today. We are here to move on to the DLC for Borderlands. Because even though I took a sick break and didn't record for those number of days, I still have enough days to cover every piece of DLC, well, every pivotal one, mainly Captain Scarlett and her pirate's booty today. Then we're going to be covering Mr. Torque's Campaign of Carnage tomorrow. Then the day after that, we'll be covering Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. And then lastly, we'll be tackling Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep. Now, of course, we have the Headhunters, but those are optional. It is very paramount that we get through all the main 4 DLCs before this month is over. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. To the Oasis! And the reason why I'm starting early today is because I intend to get through this entire DLC, go from start to finish in one go, because I have a bunch of stuff to do today. Did I put the... Yeah, I put the subtitles back on.
And the Vault Hunters found it and killed all the bad guys. The end.
No, that's not how you start a story.
I thought it was pretty good.
And I think you're not getting fed this week. Now, this is how you start a story. Legends speak of Captain Blade's lost treasure of the sands, of a prize so great that men would turn the sands red in pursuit of it, of a pirate queen, courageous and deadly, who would stop at nothing to find it, of a monstrous leviathan, of the Vault Hunters who journeyed to the desert town of Oasis, not knowing the horrors that would befall them. See? That's how you do it.
Mine was more succinct.
Your life's gonna be succinct, you dirty little orphan.
So, for the remainder of this DLC, I'll talk like this, you know, all piratey and everything.
Save me from the filthy sand pirates trying to steal my water!
Right then, just give me a little time, I'll get down to you, then we'll see what this entire DLC's about. Don't want to lean too much into Australian a little bit. Clear oasis of pirates. Hello. Welcome, Grant Dolman. We're here with the first DLC of Borderlands 2, Captain Scarlett and her pirate's booty. Oh, look at this. Here's a skin I haven't gotten for Maya yet. We're gonna be going from start to finish through this entire DLC. And I think we'll have a lot of fun in the meantime. Who's left? Is it you? What are you doing up there?
Slag.
Why are you throwing grenades? That's unnecessary. It's a waste of time. And what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing? Chasing after the Vault Hunter.
Hold it right. That was interesting.
Give us some water, and Sandman won't use your ribcage like a hat rack.
Kill No Beard. Oh, I'm assuming it's early in the morning for me. It's only 10 a.m. The reason why I'm starting this early is because I have some errands I need to run later today, and plus I have church today. So, well, because you know, Wednesday evenings is when I have a Wednesday evening church service at my church, other than Sundays. So I have that as well. So I want to make sure I got enough time to do all that I need to do and still rest before I go out later this evening. Which is also good for me because it turns out I don't have to go in on a Wednesday night for work, which means I can actually enjoy a Wednesday night service. It's been so long. It's 3 p.m. for you. Okay, well, I'll see about getting through this DLC because I kind of don't. Well, at the same time, I don't.
The coolest person I have ever seen. Please don't go. Please.
Shade. So I don't know how late it tends to be for you whenever I get done with my streams. Normally, like at 12 something. I want to assume, are you a Christian? Yes, I am. And I'm proud to say it.
The townspeople of Oasis think.
And this one will sell for more. I mean, all my weapons right now, they're all 50 because I spawned into a group trying to take on Terramorphous just to level myself up to 50 to take on Terramorphous by myself, and this dude just dropped everything that is currently in my backpack right now. All this stuff, even a couple modded weapons, like I got an infinity pistol that ricochets. There's no infinity in the game that does this.
The least I can do for the stranger who saved the many living people of my town. Oh, you're so cool.
Alright, now we gotta get into the old sand skiff. Get into the old sand skiff, and then proceed forward from there. Have not been to church in years. Hey, man, I mean, it's not like God's gonna hold you at fault for it. Alright, let's go.
Oh no! Did my sand skiff just randomly explode, forcing you to stay in Oasis and hang out with me some more? Darn. Well, my other friends out in the flats might have some sand skiff parts for you. They are very nice and alive. Go talk to them, but be careful. If you step on the flat sands out there, the sand grubs will hear you and eat you, and then you won't be able to hang out with me.
Okay, so now we gotta talk to all the living people that are still in this town. I say living, but I really mean... Oh, Iridium! Thank you! When I say living, I mean... Oh, wait, you know what never dawned on me? Okay, so obviously, these people are not alive. And they still have their limbs. But now it's just dawned on me that I think Shade, due to him being stranded for so long, and being by himself for so long, I think he took the heads off of these people and replaced them with speakerphones so he could pretend that these are actual people. For example...
Oh my word! A new person has left Oasis to come talk to me, and this person is so handsome too.
That is Mrs. Blavis. Be careful. She is a relentless flirt. I always feel like a piece of meat around her. I gave her a coolant disperser several weeks ago as a gift. Take it!
Could I please be getting surprised with that shake? You are so attractive.
When you realize that Shade is the one making all these voices as if these people are real, it just makes the whole situation a lot more uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but I'm uncomfortable when people are trying to speak for people who are dead and act as if they're alive. Like, look at her! She's dead, and her body's being held up by ropes! This is not natural! How did you get her eyes to stay open?
Hi there, dude. I'm Jennifer. Clothes and boys in high school and gossip.
Have I ever seen Hunter x Hunter? No! I need to start watching that.
Magnetic overthruster you could use for the sand skiff.
I've added Black Clover, and I've added Black Clover to an anime that I've started watching. I just started watching it yesterday, and I like it so far, but I'm wanting to add more anime to my, well, list of animes to actually go out and watch. So I'm definitely going to be checking out some of... What the...
Only a few more sand skiff parts and you'll be on your way to Captain Scarlett and the lost treasure. How fun. You'll be leaving me alone.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to start watching Hunter x Hunter. Once I start to... I probably can watch both Hunter x Hunter and Black Clover back to back. Like, one beside each other, like I've been doing with my other animes. Look at this dude. Held up by spikes. There's one through his midsection!
Well, hey, how you doing? They call me Jocko the Joker. I'm a laugh a minute. Hey, what's the difference between a skag and a lack of water? There isn't one because they'll both kill you.
Oh, he is a cut-up. Oh, gosh, Jocko. Jocko borrowed one of my pressure regulators for one of his comedy bits the other day. Find it, and it is yours.
Black Clover is good, but takes a little longer to get really great. I'm patient. I'm willing to go through all the rough patches in order to get to the diamonds. And I really do need to put some pep in my step and not loiter around too long. Go ahead and get this going. Also, hi Hinata, welcome! Good to see you again. Actually, it's good to see all you guys whenever you guys drop by. You know how much fun I have entertaining you. Alright, talk to Lionel. Okay, I'm going to assume he's out all the way out here. Although with Black Clover, there are only a few filler episodes. That's actually good, which means that we're able to get to all the meaty matters a lot quicker. Because Lord knows that I've had my share of anime where it was just nothing but, let's have 5 seasons worth of filler before we get to 2 episodes of main parts and then go back to 6 more seasons of filler. Ugh.
Why, hello, person. I'm feeling very good today and not dead from thirst. How are you?
Ah, you've met Lionel. How are you, Lionel?
Not dead of thirst. Ha ha ha.
Oh, tell me about it. How is your family?
Well, they...
That is a great story, Lionel. Friend, I believe he has an engine capacitor stashed somewhere nearby. It's yours.
With Hunter x Hunter, there are no fillers, but a couple recap episodes. That's not bad. That's actually a good way of doing it. A roundabout way of having pseudo-filler, but it's not filler. So that's actually a good thing. Give me that pot. Hey! Give me that. You die. Give me back. Come back here, boy. That's mine. Also, hey, Kuke, what's going on? We're playing through the whole Captain Scarlett DLC. Also, I just wanted to tell you guys that I've been playing a lot of Ghost Recon Wildlands as well. I've managed to play with my gaming bros on it the other day, and yeah, we took down the Predator. How many Naruto filler episodes are there? Well, since this is a live stream and I have plenty of time to do this. How many filler episodes are in Naruto. So in Shippuden, there is a total of 213. So in Naruto, there's 220, and Naruto Shippuden, there is 210. So in the entirety of Naruto, there is 430 filler episodes. That is ridiculous. Can you imagine having to endure 430 filler episodes back to back before you ever had to touch any of the main episodes again? 430! That is just stupid ridiculous. I'm sorry. Oh, here's another anime. What about Bleach? How many filler episodes are in Bleach? Because Bleach is notorious for doing filler episodes before we got to the meaty stuff. Okay, Bleach has a much smaller number, only 170. Well, if you wanted to have like just combine all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden into one, then it's 430. But you're right, it's only 220 episodes in the original Naruto and 210 in Shippuden. And even then, Bleach has far fewer filler episodes in its entire series than Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So that's something. But seriously, can you imagine having to endure that many filler episodes? Like, what if they just had a whole season that was just nothing but filler? Well, actually, they have, but still.
Please hit that button to digiscanner into the catch a ride system. If you want.
I want. Sorry, what was that? You're gonna have to speak up.
There. You may now destruct a sand skiff from any catch-a-ride machine. Before you go off to meet Captain Scarlett, though, you must return to me.
Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him and keep this going. I have a feeling that if I just remain steadfast in my speed and how I take on things, aside from stopping to talk to you guys every now and again, I believe I can get this done in a relatively fast pace.
I had no reason to call you back. I just
Boruto, you will say no more. Oh yeah. There's so much filler in Boruto! And I'm watching the English dub because it's make it easier for me to play games and not have to, pay direct attention to it every single moment, with subtitles. Not saying that subtitles is bad. I'm just saying that with English dub, it lets me do other things and listen to what's going on. I like them both equally, so I'm not going to say one is better than the other. Though I will admit there are some areas in anime where the Japanese, where the subs are a lot better than the dubs. Like One Piece, for example. As much as I love their English dubs, sometimes they just don't nail the actors for certain characters.
Wait, you're going now? We were just beginning to connect.
No, we didn't. I'm connecting more to the people in my chat than I am with you, Shade. You impaling dead bodies and making people think that they still alive. We ain't connecting. You a necrophiliac. Don't be messing with no dead bodies. Reminds me of I Am Legend when he had all the mannequins around. And pretending like he had people to talk to. Ah, there's the ship. There be the ship we be looking for. Captain Scarlett be on the top of that.
Coming from Oasis. That's it. Alright, well.
Sandman wants your part of the compass, bitch. Hand it over.
And I'm being attacked. Great. Wonderful. Hey, stranger, you give me a hand with Sandman's boys. I'll make it worth your while, alright?
There be none stronger than me. Actually, 309? 96 in Naruto and 213 in Shippuden. Then what was I looking at saying that there was like... Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong number. I was looking at the wrong number. Of 220 total episodes of Naruto. Instead of the actual number that was all filler. But yeah. There's a lot of filler.
Killed them all. Nice. Get up here and we can talk business.
309 is still a lot. Yes, it is. Which, when it comes to their whole range, when I combine the number of filler for Naruto and Shippuden, it was actually a bit, I was like 100 and something over. Will Smith in Aladdin is funny. I will admit, I was very apprehensive about Will Smith's portrayal of Genie, especially his first reveal. No, I don't know if it was the lighting of the CGI, if they didn't fine-tune everything, but it just felt so off and so unnecessary. But after watching him a little bit more and seeing him up close and personal and seeing more scenes where they showcase his CGI form a little bit more, it's slowly, I will say slowly, starting to grow on me. Now, I've seen clips of him singing.
Never met one of you guys before. The guns, the power.
We'll talk about that later.
If you're looking for the treasure of the sands, you've come to the right chick. But, God, I'm being rude. I haven't even introduced myself. Do that a lot. Sorry. I'm, Captain Scarlett.
Captain Scarlett will absolutely stab you in the back.
Nice to meet ya.
Hello, Captain! From one captain to another. Destroy Sandman's hovercrafts. This is Captain Scarlett. Her interests are treasure, adventure, and shooting unarmed people.
Oh, right. I should probably get you up to speed on the legend of the treasure, eh?
It would help.
So, the legends say that whoever gets all 4 pieces of a mystical compass will find the lost treasure. I've got a piece, because I'm awesome, but Sandman has one too. Head to Hater's Folly, kill Sandman, and get his piece of the compass. Sound good?
Sound good. Alright. This is pretty straightforward for a DLC. We get into the real meaty stuff. I will say Captain Scarlett is by far the weakest of the 4 main DLCs of this game. It starts to pick, like, Mr. Torg starts to really amp up, like, the adventure and everything, and then Hammerlock expands on, like, the world, and Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep just blows everything out of the water. Tiny Tina's is by far the best DLC of this game, if not one of the best DLCs of a game, period. So now we got to go kill Sandman out wherever we are. But yeah, I've seen clips of Will Smith singing.
Avast, matey. Yohoho. Hoist
She's a pirate, but not a traditional pirate.
If you're wondering why I'm sending you to kill Sandman rather than do it myself, first of all, good question. Glad to see you, taking the initiative. Second of all, Sandman's pretty strong and you're expendable as hell, so good luck.
Well, the thing is, I'm playing this on normal, and I'm level 50 compared to everyone else. I mean, I can get shot, I can kill somebody, and then everybody else's bullets will kill them. I don't have to do a thing. For example, look! I'm not shooting nobody! The bullets are reflecting themselves and killing everybody else! And then when they die, my kill skill activates again! Just shoot me! See? Bullets are reflecting, killing all the peoples. I haven't fired, well, too many shots.
Gotcha.
Rage had the potential to be like Borderlands, in your honest opinion. I think it did. I mean, it was the first game that came out that really ran at a... Well, at least for me and to my knowledge, it was the only game that I owned at the time. It was on PlayStation 3, mind you. That ran at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. With absolutely no dips in frame rate.
Silence.
And that amazed me because I played countless games beforehand and none really came close to running at that speed and that smoothly. So Rage at the time was, from a technical standpoint, very impressive. Now, the other aspects of the game, it still left a little to be desired. But playing this game right now, it's running at a almost 60 frames. I want to say maybe like a 58, maybe a 57 frames. Because there are moments where it does dip, like a lot of enemies will come up or there could be some explosions and it might dip just a little bit. It may not look that way during the stream, but the way things are looking and the way I'm looking around and everything is moving extremely crisp. Speaking of crisp, I wonder if anyone remembers Crash Bandicoot. Oh, I remember Crash Bandicoot Warped and Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. I think I remember getting Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex for my 10th birthday. And it was one of the hardest games I played as a kid. But it was one of the few games that I mastered completely. Alongside with Slylock Cooper. Not Slylock, but Sly Cooper. Why did I say Slylock? But Sly Cooper and Ratchet & Clank and Jak and Daxter. The fact that we don't have a Jak and Daxter game made for like the PS4 surprises me. Because of how awesome that game is. Like, 1 was good, 2 was amazing, and 3 just did it all. But I want to say 2 really sold everybody on everything else. But now we got like that Crash Insane trilogy. So now everyone gets to play a new updated version of Crash, but like with his OG levels and everything. When are we gonna get Donkey Kong? Like an updated Donkey Kong 64 or maybe a Donkey Kong Country something? Well, not Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze because that's still on the Switch. But I'm just saying, like in general, like if Mario can have like a massive update to his world and repertoire from free roaming in New York, I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong can get his own stint on something. And not just exclusively Nintendo characters. There's a lot of games that deserve to have sequels. I miss some old PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. I remember Crash Bandicoot, but who remembers Banjo-Kazooie? Oh, I remember.
I remember. Remember when you could turn into the bird and run real fast? I
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember. Remember with Hazel? She always laughing all the time.
Yeah, I remember. I literally have no reason to go back and kill those dudes. All I gotta do is just run forward. They're all dead. In one go, they're all dead. Oh, save for him. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. I remember them both. Oh, that's my childhood right there. Nintendo is sitting on a gold mine if they would just use some of their resources to bring some classics back to like maybe the Switch or maybe the 3DS or something. But no. They squander such good potential. Like, I would shell out the money to buy either, like, fully remastered versions of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie or fully remastered versions of Donkey Kong 64. I would play them to no end. There literally is no reason why they can't do it. Because, think about it. People like nostalgia. People will pay for nostalgia. Remember the bird's eye view Grand Theft Auto games. Now, I never played, like, the first ones. Wasn't that, like, Grand Theft Auto 1 through 3? The first Grand Theft Auto game I ever got into was San Andreas. And then it was 4 after that, and then it was 5. Of course, I haven't really messed with 5 all that often, let alone online, because Grand Theft Auto 5 online is just straight up cancerous. Unfortunately. Rockstar does good on their single player, but their multiplayer leaves a lot to be desired. Which might explain why Red Dead Online isn't doing as successful as they may have hoped. They're great at single player stories and games, but when it comes to adding people other than yourself into it, yeah, it needs a little work. Needs some work. And I need to go up there. I remember. If I don't... San Andreas was awesome, and yes, the first 3 were bird's eye view. I knew I was correct on this. From my memory. Alright, dude, I come for your peace. Make peace and part with your peace.
Should have died when I told you to. Now you're gonna learn that big pain.
Smash, kill, smash. The big sleep.
Small packages.
Sandman. Totally the brains of the operation.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Bum, 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 bum.
Give me the vault piece that I never seen.
Gotcha.
You look so tiny from up here.
Quiet. Gotcha.
Sandman's dead?
I didn't even have to shoot a single bullet.
Before we need to find the treasure. I haven't the slightest idea where the other
Which reminds me, if I wonder how far I can go just by phase locking people. Let's see if I can get my cooldown rate to 40. All right. And people are just dying around me. All right. Second compass piece. There it is, laddies. You have a great memory, but do you think you can beat Tekking 101 in a One Piece quiz? I don't know. He invests so much time in remembering so many things about One Piece. I mean, here's the thing about me and One Piece. I didn't start reading One Piece until it started to get into the Punk Hazard arc. Now, mind you, I started One Piece from the anime. Unfortunately, it was the 4Kids dub at the time. And I started it from the beginning, and I went all the way until they went to like the Rainbow Mist arc. You know, that pointless filler that no one really cares about. Then I started watching the anime from the beginning and started to catch up to everything. But I didn't start reading One Piece until it was like in the beginning of Punk Hazard. So when it comes to things knowledgeable about One Piece, you know, in pre-time skip. Now, granted, I've been watching the Funimation dubs and subs as well, so I managed to catch up and fully understand what else is going on. But to fully answer your question, sorry, I keep dodging it. I do apologize. I keep getting sidetracked. If me and Tekking were to go into a One Piece quiz, I believe he would beat me. Our Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer was the best multiplayer. Yes, it was. So it makes me question how Rockstar managed to mess up their multiplayer that was good and just mess it up over the years. Like, they really did mess up. Like, hold on, let me look at this map. Where am I going? Where am I going? Okay, I need a double back. I was going right. But I'm pretty sure Tekking would beat me in a One Piece quiz. Because I'm knowledgeable about One Piece, but I am not the most knowledgeable about One Piece. Because even I forget things sometimes. That's why I had to revamp my One Piece reflections, because I just did them based on my memory, and I got called out on it because I would paraphrase rather than give the official readings and give the official translations. Well, not official translations, but recap everything pitch perfectly. So I am not an expert on One Piece, but I'm knowledgeable enough. So yeah, Tekking would definitely beat me. Now, if it came to making voices for characters for One Piece, I think I would have him beat. That's not me being cocky, it's just that I would. Now, am I a voice actor? No. It would be cool. Tekking made a One Piece quiz for Roger's base, and Roger didn't know that Tekking made the quiz until right before he started, and when he found out Tekking made it, he knew he was gonna do bad. So I will say this about Tekking. Tekking does his homework. Like, the dude's already got his whole series about, well, he was doing like a whole series on all the Zanpakuto of Bleach, and now he's doing it on different devil fruits in One Piece. Like, this dude does his research in order to make sure you're getting the right info. So I applaud him for that. That's why if I don't know something, I would tell you guys to go watch Tekking, because Tekking wouldn't know. Yes, he's a One Piece walking library. I don't know if I could get to that stage. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would if I invested enough time. But Tekking is the king of One Piece knowledge. He is literally the walking poneglyph of One Piece, of the history of One Piece. Like, if there was a poneglyph out in the One Piece world that detailed all the history of the world on one poneglyph, not multiple, but one poneglyph, it would be Tekking. There's Joy Boy, there's Pluton, Poseidon, and then there's Tekking. Alright, doing good so far. Raid Hyperion Caravan. We gotta catch up to them, get all of these 4 pieces, and then we should be straight. I think I'm making some pretty good time right now. Just got to get back to the sun, skiff. And I caught myself trying to speak in a whole accent this entire stream, and I drop it as soon as I leave town. Ah, there's the boost button. Frankie did a Jeopardy-style quiz with One Piece YouTubers and Tekking won both easily. I told you! He's a walking poneglyph of One Piece knowledge! He's indestructible, and the only way you're going to get the information out of him is if you translate everything he says. You have to be Robin to translate what Tekking says about One Piece. I told you, the dude is like you said, he's a library. He's a poneglyph, he's a living poneglyph of One Piece.
That thing is the guardian of the treasure. It ate my pet Roscoe in one bite, and he was like this big. Oh, bloody! I keep forgetting these things don't have video. I'm holding my arms really far apart.
So that Leviathan didn't look all that bad. But I hear there's a Hyperion convoy. Yo-ho-ho, all your treasure is mine. You ain't never gonna hit this ship. Yo-ho-ho, all your treasure is mine. Now, my thing is, how you just gonna have 3 loaders carrying a treasure that could potentially lead you to a vault? Wouldn't you be fully decked out in a whole crew? Do I have any favorite YouTubers? Yes. My first and foremost favorites would be Markiplier and the Rad Brad. The Rad Brad is what inspired me to do game videos. Because the dude is so chill. He's just so earnest. Like, the dude is humble. And, and he's kind of inspired me to do this whole YouTube thing in the first place, alongside him and Rogers Base. Rogers Base inspired me to do One Piece readings and reactions. The Rad Brad is the one who inspired me to do everything else. And then it was just a bunch of other YouTubers that kind of inspired me to, you know, do reactions and stuff. But the Rad Brad, Markiplier, and Rogers Base, they kind of gave me the nudge I needed in order to, you know, think about doing YouTube. Because, well, at the time, they have like millions of people subscribed to them, and at the very back of my mind, I thought, well, I probably won't make those numbers, but hey, I might as well try. If they can do what they love, and have a whole bunch of people love them doing it, then maybe I can do it too. And lo and behold, it has shown some fruit. I got 800 and something people that like what I do. So, sure, it's taken me a number of years to get to even this number, but I'm glad I decided to do it. And it's because of those guys that I am doing what I am today. That and my dad. My dad was the first person who actually suggested I started doing videos, but it was everybody else who inspired me to do other types of videos as well.
3 down, 1 to go. Once the compass is fixed, we'll find out where Captain Blade buried his treasure. I don't know where the last part of the compass is, but I know someone.
Yo, Alae!
His name is Herbert,
welcome.
and he's out in the rust yards. Take that gift box over there.
Gift box?
Hold on to that gift and don't give it to Herbert until I tell you to. Go meet up with him. Off with you now.
Ah! I didn't mean to drop down here. But at least it puts me outside.
Now, you might be worried that once you get all 4 pieces of the compass, I'll kill you and take it for myself. Wrong. Even once complete, the compass still needs to be taken to a very super secret location before it will reveal where Blade's treasure is buried. You can rest easy for now.
That doesn't help because it just means she's gonna betray us later. You can rest easy for now because it needs to be put at a secret location first. So she's basically telling us when we find that secret location, then she's gonna backstab us. Of course, I already know how this plays out since I've already played this game like hundreds of times already. Like years ago.
Let me in there! Stop throwing grenades! That ain't necessary. You ain't got to do that. What's wrong with you? If I hit you in the head, it's your fault.
I got some good aim. I'm sniping people with rockets. Woo! There we go. Stop that. I'm tired of you guys hitting my boat. Leave my boat alone. And why you got yellow eyes? Red eyes. I can't tell colors. Where'd he go? Oh, there you are.
Calm down. Farewell.
Also, since we're on the topic of games and such, have you guys had a chance to check out Dauntless? I know the game's been out for a while on, like, PC, but it's just now coming out on the PlayStation consoles. It's like Monster Hunter with Fortnite graphics. I find it interesting. Now, mind you, I'm not going to choose Dauntless over Monster Hunter anytime soon. But it's from the makers, but it's from Epic Games. They're the same people that brought us Fortnite. And so they decided to dip their tootsies in the water of Monster Hunter genre and bring us a game that's like Monster Hunter, but not Monster Hunter. Like, think if Fortnite decided to go into... Not heard of it either. I'm not surprised. It didn't have like a big marketing campaign going for it that would cause people to actually get interested in it. Because it just came... Monster Hunter is on the Game Pass for $1. Oh, not $1. A pound. That's a pound, isn't it? Or is that a euro? I'm trying to remember my foreign currency. Did you shoot me in the back? The bullet reflected and killed you? Boy, you stupid. Pound. Okay. I knew it was either euro or pound, but euro looks more like an E. With a line going, full line going through it. I'm here repping the UK. Okay, I forgot. My apologies. I had to remember it off the top of my head. It's now logged into memory. I will never forget it again. Hey, I have the sham on. So sham wow. Goodbye. You are the weakest link.
Yeah.
This Hammerlock DLC? No, we're actually going in order. There's Captain Scarlett's and her pirate's booty, which is the first one. This is the one we're doing. Then we have Mr. Torg's campaign of Carnage, and then it's Sir Hammerlock's DLC. Tiny Tina's will be the last one. And I'm starting to really consider the headhunter missions to either be really optional. Hey, if you ain't dropping no iridium, I ain't got time for you. Them equipment slots ain't gonna pay for themselves. But yeah, with the amount of time that I spent sick and not recording, I still have enough days to do all required main DLCs. Like,
The guy you're looking for, I brought him on board a few months back because he's stupidly knowledgeable about Captain Blade's treasure. Then I kicked him off because you'll see.
There's his house up there, so now we gotta run up there. If you ain't got no iridium, leave me alone.
That must have hurt.
Oh,
was interesting.
Alright, so can we call it over? No, we can't. We have to travel all the way through. AFK got watching to do. Alright, man. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Whatever you got going on is more important than what I'm doing. I'm just here chilling with you guys. Congrats on 800 subscribers. Well, thank you, Cool K. It took a long time, but we finally are getting at least a little bit closer to finally being able to unlock all my lost features that YouTube took because, you know, they don't support small YouTubers. I ain't scared to say it. YouTube need help.
I love my powers.
If you ain't got no iridium, I don't want to mess with you. And there goes my phase lock just into space. What the? Did he get... Hold up! Hold up! Stop that! Hold up a sec. Hey, I got another hovercraft skin. But hold up, hold up. How about you stop? I'm trying to look. This dude is stuck in the wood of his house. I'm trying to... Yes. How? How is you stuck in there? I'm not going to argue with it. Let's keep going. So actually, I think I needed to actually go in there. In that building where those anchormen started to fling me around for some apparent reason. I'm not going to bother with chests because there's nothing in this DLC that's going to be stronger than what I'm carrying now. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't really have to do anything except phase lock people. Maybe shoot the occasional big boss that can't be phase locked.
Enough.
Hey, grab somebody else.
Fear me, bitches.
I wonder how many of your subs are for the UK. That'd be interesting. I'll probably have to check my analytics for that to see which people come from which country to watch my stuff. Because I love it when people from different countries come over to watch my stuff. I love the diversity. Hey! Why is you throwing grenades over at me?
Please stop.
I ain't do nothing to you. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get this here treasure piece. Being all kinds of obnoxious. That's not necessary. You ain't got to go that far. Just dial it back a little bit. Alright, here's where we need to go. You know, for these dudes to be pirates, they kind of have some relatively nice looking beds. Like, you think that you'd see some stains of scurvy, maybe some foot rot, the foot burn, something like that. But these are some relatively almost, well, for Pandora standards, clean sheets.
Hold it right there.
Goodbye, you dead landlubber.
Stop struggling and stay down.
But shack up there on that ledge. Take the elevator out, knock on the door, and
Hey.
prepare for a smell straight out of your nightmares.
Oh, okay. It appears he wants to play punchies. Anybody watch regular show? You know what type of punchies I'm talking about. I'm from the UK. Ala said they're from the UK and Hananta is from Scotland. So very, yeah, it is. People from Scotland, the UK. I punch your face. Oh, the dude! What happened to your body? What happened to your body? Oh, his body! His body! Ah! The body is not meant to bend that way. I think we literally broke him. I would say we broke the game, but that means like glitches and stuff. But this, we literally just made this guy's body just go full on plastic, man. Look, knees ain't supposed to bend sideways ever. Nor is the bone supposed to curve in an almost circular angle. The femur is not supposed to be lodged into the tibia. I might be getting my bones mixed up. It's been a while since I took biology. I wonder if we can get that to happen again. If we can get somebody underneath something and phase lock them, can we glitch them? I wonder how many Americans know that the UK isn't a country, but a group of 4 countries. Well, I'm going to say this. On behalf of America, not everyone here is smart or has common sense. So some people will just see like, UK is a country. Is a whole country by itself. There's no... Ever had a death sandwich? Oh, you know what I'm upset about? We can get the entire series of Adventure Time on a DVD set, but we can't get regular show. Wait, is regular show the complete series of regular show on DVD? Because if it is, I might have to order that. Well, what do you know? There is! Regular show's total box set. Show features season 1 through 8. Wow. Wow. Regular shows had 8 seasons? I never did catch the end of regular show. Wow, this came out in 2017? How have I not known of this? What blasphemy is this of you not telling me this was out? Not you guys, just them in general.
You won't enjoy this. Goodbye now.
I'm gonna have to find that now. See if I can get like a fresh copy. Not a used one, but a brand new, pristine in the box.
Hold on a second. Scarlett, is that you?
Herbert, just a little bit obsessed.
Not Scarlett, but I can taste her scent on you.
That's bad.
She wants the last compass piece, doesn't she? Oh, yeah. Let's talk, you and me.
Okay. Uh-oh, I don't like how he's looking at me just staring. So can I can see some red flags on Scarlett's behalf. Because when a dude says, I can taste the scent of a girl on you, that's not a good look. That's not something a guy should say if he wants to remain approachable. And having her stitched in a heart shape on your shirt is not a good look either. And let's look in here. There's a bunch of Scarlett photos, including one I'm sort of skeptical of how he managed to get a hold of. How did you get this photo without her killing you? So there's... Like, how are you getting all these photos of Scarlett? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, good lord. 14, 15, 16. You know what? There's a lot of photos. I'm not even going to try and count all that collage there. Okay? And the fact that you got multiple stuffed dolls in her shape. Is very concerning. Like, I'm not even, like, there's too many like, who is it? Who is that? Why is Scarlett in a dress? She doesn't look like the type that would wear a dress. Is that jeans? Is she wearing jeans? Are those jeans? I never noticed some of these pictures before because I never took the time to look at it. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay, creepy man. Now that you met Herbert, he should be happy to point you towards the final piece of Captain Blade's compass. Probably.
How is Scarlett? Is she as beautiful as when I last saw her? Oh, how the light caught her hair.
Dude, your chances with Scarlett is about as high as me actually finding a devil fruit in this world. Son.
If I help you complete the compass, Scarlett will be so happy. Oh, yes. But no, the compass alone won't do. She needs to know how much I care. The tapes. Yes. Get the tapes. I'll mark them on your echo.
Do I want to hear these tapes? I forget some of these tapes, but I know this dude is obsessed out of the mind. Take note, fellas. This is how not to fawn over a girl. And we got to go this way. There's such a thing as flattery, but don't ever push it.
Gotcha! Another down! You, stop! Shut up! You won't enjoy this.
You never stood a chance. What did you expect? Alright, so we gotta grab one from out there. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm off today and I'm off tomorrow, so best believe.
Worried something like this would happen. Just collect his little love letters as quick as you can. Sorry.
Oh, wait. It blew up. Now I gotta collect them from all different places. Great! That's what I want to do. Find love letters for a guy who never stood a chance in the first place.
Quiet!
You anchormen really do get on my nerves.
Gotcha! That must have hurt.
Get him, get him, get him! Good phase lock. You know, if I use Death Trap, it would probably have a better duration than Maya's phase lock. Because with Death Trap, killing enemies actually extends his bar. And if he kills them quick enough, he could stay out forever! So yeah, Death Trap is awesome. Huh, maybe I should have went with Gage. Nah.
Enough. Bye now.
All sirens for all games. You guys are inconsequential. That means you're basic and leave me alone.
Scarlett, I wrote you a haiku. You got a nice butt. You also got a nice chest. Your face is okay too. No, 6 syllables. Oh, it's ruined. God damn it.
See, here's the thing about me. I'm a dude. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I've never been out with a girl before. Ever. And I can tell that you are not doing the right thing. When you write a haiku and you only point out her physical attributes, unless she's into that, don't do that. So that's strike one there, Herbert. That's strike one.
This concludes the sounds of Scarlett sleeping. Tape number 48.
Somebody there?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's strike two. That needs no explanation. So here's the thing about me. I've recorded members of my family snoring just for comedic effect, and those recordings no longer exist. But if you make 48 tapes, never been out with a girl, don't believe that. Well, I did take one out to the movies, but it wasn't exactly a date. We were just friends. I mean, I asked her father if it was okay. I did all the song and dance that you needed to do. Show him that I was a gentleman and everything. But it was just friends hanging out. We went to go see, what was it? The Green Hornet? It was a long time ago. But I never actually been out on an official date. Who's hitting me?
Silence.
Corsair! Leave me alone! But I've never been out on a date. At least not yet.
Ouch. Calm down.
Today, Scarlett caught a crewman stealing from her. She's so honorable. Through my telescope, I saw her give him a gun to defend himself. As she ran him through with her sword, I knew she's the one.
It ain't gonna happen, Captain. She don't like you. Get the hint. I've had too many people I've known in my life who never really got the hint of she's just not that into you. But they're like, no, I can make it work. We can work things out. I still warn them, don't do it, bruh. You gonna walk away sad. Oh, you gonna feel sad. But they don't listen to old Q. Q be trying to give them advice, trying to save their sanity. But no. Still in my 20s, still got plenty of time to date people. Oh no, I trust and believe. I know I do. I just feel for me, I think it would be more worth everyone else's time if I have my own place as well, because I'm not going to be all like, hey, you want to come over? The family isn't home. No. that ain't going to happen.
Oh, God. Did you find one of his songs? You some gonorrhea. Still, we found all of his tapes.
Because I still live at home with my family at this current point in time. And I'm working on getting my own place. But, yeah. I like to have my own stuff. Alright, there's Herbert right there. Alright, Herbert, we got all your mushy-gushy, obsessive tapes that could wind you up in jail. With these tapes, if she were to press charges in today's time, this dude would go to jail instantly. But given the fact that this is a game where there are no morals whatsoever. Well, there are kind of morals, but then at the same time not morals.
You found the tapes? Once you deliver those with the last piece of the compass, Scarlett will have to take me back. The last compass piece is in that chest. Ah, must be rusted. Rusty. Just shoot the lock.
Alright, give me that which is mine.
Your shot destroyed the last piece of the legendary compass.
You're the idiot who told me to shoot it! Whoops. What you mean, whoops?
Whoops.
You know, I'm actually happy I'm giving you this present right now.
Looks like when you shot the lock, you blasted the final compass piece into bits.
Yeah, I only dated one girl, so it ain't bad. It ain't bad though. I blame my mom for sending me to an all-boys academy for me not dating much. Wow.
Go!
Enter Washburn Refinery. There's still more to do. Can't we just give him the present already and we'll just get Zero to fix it? I mean, he's super smart. He could figure it out. Here's a funny story, actually. Is there a switch that we can use? Yay! Now it's turned on. Now we have an easier way of getting back and forth without having to run through this entire area. And do you know what this tells me? Pandora has things that are reminiscent of regular Earth. Like these ocean liners, these are just regular ocean liners. Like from Earth. So how did they get here? And why are they so similar to what we have today? Like the only thing that's not similar is like the stack where like the captain's cabin and all the like the bridge. That's the only thing that's not normal. But it's funny because I had girls like me in the past. Some of them were very bad matches. Like I had one who was into me, and it got to the point where I was actually gonna go out. I'm back. Was talking to your partner. Okay. I got to the point where I was actually gonna take her out on my. I got my hair cut, got the car waxed, had it all clean, vacuumed everything. Was prepared to take her out to see a movie. We both agreed. Then we would hang out after that. And at the last second, she said, "Oh, I can't make it." And here's the thing, though. It was a recurring thing. It was a recurring thing where she was always having to bail out at the last second. Where is my skiff so I can get out of here? She was always dodging my plans at the last... Okay, it was right here. Always dodging my plans at the last second. I want someone to take me out either with a sniper or on a date. I want someone to take me out either with a sniper or on a date. Surprise me. I'd rather it be the date because the sniper tends to be like a one... it tends to be like the last date, depending on the person. But I was getting ready to take her out, everything, take her to a movie, got my hair cut, got myself all gizzied up. Well, not gizzied up enough, but just gizzied up to make myself look, you know, presentable. Car detailed and everything, and as soon as I asked her, "You still coming? You still want me to pick you up?" And it's all like, "Oh, something came up, I can't make it." Lo and behold, come to find out that her brother that she introduced me to was actually her boyfriend, and she's been living with this dude under the pretense of them being brothers and sisters, even though they were just actually boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. When I found that out, it made me so happy I never went on that date with her. Yeah, because it was like, nah, you mean to tell me I would have wasted my time with someone who really wasn't going to be with me in the first place? because she was already with another dude. Oh no, you ain't getting my time, spending my dime, wasting my time, talking till I'm black and blue. Woo, 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 woo. I ain't getting next to you. Close my car door open and I drive on back home. I'm so glad I dodged that bullet. Met your partner a while ago. The first gift we gave each other was the 8-karat gold Pokemon cards from McDonald's. He still has the gift. Oh, that's nice. Alright, I need to come through this area. You gave him Poliwrath. And you both still have it? That's nice. Gave him Poliwrath, you got Horsia. Oh!
I can rebuild the last part of
Such a heartfelt feeling. All up here in the card, all up here in the vascular, cardiovascular region. She'll marry you, she'll have 100 babies, and you will never die. Right. What contact? You're dead, bruh.
Gotcha.
You ain't ready.
You're done.
You ain't ready.
Hold it.
Alright. Polycriton.
Yes, just a few more bits of Polycriton. I've studied the lost treasure of the sands for months now. I'll rebuild the compass for her.
Dude, I understand liking somebody. But you ain't got to be obsessive. Have you not seen Misery? Have you not seen almost every other Lifetime movie network film? That never works out. I should probably use a different weapon. Maybe I'll use the Avenger. Bum, 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 bum. He gave me some pearlescence too. How many instruments can I play? I can play the bass, trumpet, saxophone, and keyboard. But trumpet and keyboard, well, trumpet and piano is the ones I'm most skillful in. I'm self-taught, so I never had a lesson. So, here's the thing about me and my music. I cannot read sheet music at all. But if you let me listen to the music, I can automatically figure out where the notes are and play it by memory, just by remembering what keys to hit. Because if you tell me to hit a note just by saying the note itself, I won't be able to do it. But if you hit the note, if you play the note, I can automatically play it regardless of what it is. Regardless of where it is on the instrument itself. That's how I taught myself how to play all my other instruments. I first started with piano, and then I can play a whole bunch of songs with that. Then I started with saxophone, self-taught myself with that. And then I taught myself with trumpet, and now trumpet is my most played. It's actually my favorite instrument to play now. Where is this Polycriton? Is the door gonna open? Oh, I think that's it right over there. Learn piano with lessons. Yeah, I think I might be like a little bit more talented with piano if I probably had some professional lessons done. I was about to say, did it clip through the floor? But no, there's an actual hole in there.
You know, I bet Scarlett's getting lonely. Yep, I'm pretty sure she regrets kicking me out to the rust yard.
This is what you would call delusions of grandeur. The guy who bought out the cinema 13 times for Endgame was sued. Bought out the same dude that bought out the cinema so no one could watch Endgame because he was a spiteful, mean individual has now been sued. I hope you didn't spend all your money buying out those seats because you're gonna need it. He won. No! Wow! I guess he had a lot more money than I thought. Doesn't matter though. Him keeping people from seeing Endgame doesn't mean that it's going to make it any less successful of a film. Because it is now the second highest grossing. His defense was first come, first serve. That is a stupid reason. I hate that people use that sort of reasoning and logic to justify their actions. He's gonna make a great first husband. Because if he's not able to keep it steady with his wife, then someone else will, and they'll say the same thing to him. First come, first serve.
For the compass, you'll need to combine all 4 pieces and take them to the Magnus Lighthouse. That is where you will find the burial place.
Might have been in his favor because he was jumped and was easy to sympathize with. Oh, the people with so much money always use that sort of reasoning. Oh, I was accosted. I was sitting there enjoying this film by myself in a cinema that I've bought out 13 times. That doesn't sound suspicious at all. Nah, it was Vince McMahon. Was it really? I think you might be pulling my leg. You're not asleep. He didn't watch it. He was too busy for work. Oh, boy. You guys crack me up so much. Just listen to you guys. Just watching you guys talk, it just tickles me. I'm sensing the polycriton. It is a-waiting for me. So, do I have to kill you? Yep. Just trying to think of people rich enough to waste money like that. Seriously, why is it... Why can't people be rich and humble? You don't have to choose either one of the two. Trebuchet terror of whatever. Just because you got money doesn't mean you got to forget your humanity. That's why I hope if I ever come into like what if Endgame is second highest grossing film, then what's first? The first is The Force Awakens. Avengers had around 700 million, whereas The Force Awakens had 900 and something million. So The Force Awakens almost pushed to $1 billion in total grosses. First is no longer Avatar. Avatar has been beaten. Force Awakens has the highest grossing so far. Hold on, let me pull that up. Alright, Avengers Endgame has officially passed Avatar to become the second highest grossing film ever at the domestic box office, having racked in a whopping $780 million since its release last month. Star Wars The Force Awakens remains the highest grossing film of all time at the domestic box office, having made $936.6 million. I bet James Cameron a long time ago was thinking nothing could ever beat my movie. And Endgame comes up and is like, hold my shield. And just assembles. Keanu Reeves is so humble. Yes, there's a lot of people who have money and who are humble about it. Like Keanu Reeves is a prime example. Like this dude. Arm thyself. Wait, what? What is this challenge? Like, you would think with him having all these big, massive films, like the John Wick movies and the Matrix movies, and him and the Bill and Ted movies, you would think that over time, he would, at some point, kind of show, like, hey, I got money, I can do whatever. But no, this dude, in his early career, he took pay cuts to allow high-budgeted actors to be in the film. You know who else took pay cuts in order to make it so that other people could be well off? What is his name? Satoru Iwata, the late former president of Nintendo. He took pay cuts. He took pay cuts to his own salary in order for the company to be better off. Now, I don't know if any other companies where their bigwigs decide to take pay cuts to their own pay in order to make sure that their company stays well off. Star Wars is a franchise spanning 4 decades, and Endgame has been 10 years in the making. Most humble rich person I know is Elon Musk. A lot of people could argue that, but he's pretty, I think, from what I've seen, he seems pretty chill. Now, if he could just go around to making some home, what about Bill Gates? He donates a lot of money to charity. He's another one. He could be another one. I mean, strictly rich people who do not see their source of wealth as a position of power over other people and use it to, look down on others. I mean specifically people who have money but still remain completely human and have humility and have compassion. Normal people. People that Elon Musk tweeted he likes cat girls. Yeah, that's going to win him a lot of fans. I'm not even being sarcastic. Alright, Herbert. Bill Gates is the richest man in the world. He can easily afford it. Yeah. He can easily afford anything. If Elon Musk makes it, Bill Gates can say, make one and plate it in gold. I'll pay for the gold plating. Jeff Bezos got a divorce off his wife and lost half his billions. Who is that again? Is he somebody relatively important in society? Or at least in celebritydom? In the celebritydom? He owns Amazon. Oh, okay. Highest net worth. Over Bill Gates? So Jeff Bezos got a divorce off his wife, lost half his billions. That's why you got to make sure that when you marry a person, you both love each other unconditionally before the millions. Otherwise, you'll be getting a divorce. And then she'll be taking half your money. and then you won't see it again until your stocks go up again. I try to tell people, yeah, almost double Bill Gates' net worth. Ooh. Ooh. The money. People just rolling in it. Get a prenup. I mean, that's an option.
Here you go, the last piece of the compass.
Thank you, Herbert.
Now give that to Scarlett, along with the tapes, and she'll love me again. And if she doesn't, I'll follow her, and I'll smell her, and I'll just make her love me.
You got the compass piece? Great! Now give Herbert that little gift I gave you and come on back.
See right there? That is a no. That is a no-no. That is a no-no. You don't say you're gonna follow a girl and you're gonna follow her and then you're gonna smell her and then you're gonna make her love you. No, that is why you get this gift.
How does Scarlett know? Does she look a gift from Scarlett? I knew it. I knew she cared.
Sorry about that, Herbert. Oh, I forgot to mention you were carrying a rather large bomb around with you, didn't I? Many apologies. Now just bring back that last compass piece so we can find out where the treasure's buried.
You know, people say money can't buy happiness. I don't believe that you can buy things that... I don't believe that you can buy things that make you happy. I mean, sure, you could buy things that make you happy, but it's only going to be temporary. I mean, you could have all the money in the world and at the same time have nothing. You could have everything and have nothing. It's funny how that works. And a unit gym and got my back brushed by a stranger. It was weird. Yeah, you want to know something weird? I was sitting in a chair one time and someone just walked past me, and you know how if you're hanging out with some bros, they'll just like hit you on the shoulder real quick. Well, one of them just ran his hand across my back, and I'm thinking, that's awfully slow for you to run your hands across my back now. And I just looked at him, and he just sat down, and like nothing ain't happened. Like, I wasn't used to that, so that caught me off guard. But that was like years ago, but I still remember it. So there's a thing like personal space, like don't be rubbing up on people at all. Like, unless it's your significant other, just don't be rubbing up on everybody. Because not everybody gonna be comfortable with it. Not everybody is comfortable with the rubbing. You got to have rubbing consent. You got to have the consent to rub.
Herbert.
It was weird. She saw me go to the gym with my partner all the time. Well, you got people that just don't care. They if they can't have you, they'll just get something they can remember you by, like lightly brushing up against you, and they're like,
I rubbed up against her. I rubbed up against him.
Or her.
I rubbed up against him or her.
It's time to assemble the compass and find out where Captain Blade buried his treasure. Here, this is my piece of the compass. Take it. Now, combine it with the other 3 pieces of the compass you've collected on that table over there.
Does it have to be specifically this table, or is it because we're not capable of doing things like piecing together things in our inventory because this isn't that type of game?
There it is. The compass of the sands. Please grab it.
Honestly, I can't wait for the Predator game. I heard it's like Evolved. Yeah, but can you imagine how gory it's gonna be? Because I highly doubt it's gonna be like, sure, Evolved is good, and well, I wouldn't say it's good. It's there, but Predator is possibly going to be it's possibly even going to be more gory than Friday the 13th. But then again, that wasn't all that gory. It just had a lot of blood. It didn't have you hacking off limbs as far as I remember. Ooh, I knew I could land it right here. I'm starting to realize that I am one of the only people that use their real name as their username. Yeah, I don't use mine because I've had some people pop up trying to find out where I live. And, yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Of course, Blade's notes also had a lot to say about society being secretly run by sentient tacos. It kind of went off the rails there near the end.
And the funny thing about that person trying to find out where he lived, I know for a fact he was trying to find out where I live because he went to the profile page of another person that I know and tried to piece together, well, if this person goes there and Kyushu knows them, then Kyushu must go to this place as well. So that's starting to thin out my search for finding out where he is. He literally did this. And that tells me for sure that I am never going to reveal my name. At least not while I live here with my family. Because first of all, you ain't going to be rolling up to my crib out of nowhere saying, hey, I found you. Was it the guy who threatened you? No, he only threatened me. It wasn't my family, just me. But yeah, it's the same guy. This was actually during when I was playing Uncharted 2. So this was before he tried to threaten me when I tried to call him out on his obscenity. So he tried to find out and piece together my location from, don't know how to ask this, but are you African American? Yes, I am. I am black. But for a more official term of African American, yes, I am. I'm sure enough a brother. I mean, if you haven't seen any of my other videos on my channel, then you'd be able to see my face. Oh, okay, got scared. Don't worry. What you getting scared for? Hope it wasn't something I did. Look at him, just chilling. Oh, he's still chilling. He's still chilling. Even while he dead, he's still chilling. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't that. You good, man? You good? Don't worry about it. Now, how do I get around this side? I think I'm completely missing how to get through here. Because there's a way through. I think it's here. Guess African American is a term that only works in America. It depends. I mean, I don't get offended if people just call me black because that's what I am. Some people just don't like to use that term because, you know, political correctness. Even though we all know it still means the same exact thing. It doesn't make, it's just with a different name. Like, I never understood that. How are you going to try and call it politically correct if your politically correct term is still the exact same thing and we know exactly what you want to say, but you're trying to be polite about it? Just say it. You're being more rude by trying to make up another name for it, trying to please other people and trying to, you know, Save our feelings. But I'm not talking about you guys. I'm just saying in general. In general, just people who came up with that whole thing. Ooh, it's frying them all. It's frying them all. Come on, get him. Get him. Woo! Oh, my face lock is bad. Did you do the Minecraft Easter egg? You mean go into the caustic caverns and find the creepers? I have not done that. Because I haven't done every single mission in the main game. Some missions I've left off because I've been trying to catch up. I like learning the differences of language between Americans and British. Huh. That'd be interesting. So I can't say any words off the top of my head because I don't know if there's different words for it in British versus American. We call it a fringe, they call it bangs. Oh, so like the little flaps of hair, like bangs on the front of your head, y'all call it fringes? We sometimes call that fringe too, but yeah, it's more commonly called bangs. I was hoping to see something out there. But oh well. Football and soccer. So, for football, like American football, well, actually, what we call soccer, you would call it football as well? I might be getting a bit confused here.
Hold it. Quiet. Shut up.
Yeah, okay, I get you. So you call soccer football because you don't actually have football. And we have the actual two different sports. I get you. We call it football and we call yours American football. What you doing here? What kind of a flip? You have rugby and football, where we have football and soccer. I like it. Sidewalk and pavement. So there's no differentiation between what's a sidewalk and what's the pavement. There's two different things. Oh wait. So we call it sidewalk, you call it pavement, curb and gutter. So we call it the curb, you call it the gutter, regardless. So like on the curb of the street, you would call it the gutter of the street. Or would you just call it the curb of the street? Native Americans and Indians. That's something that we still struggle to differentiate. Like, Native Americans is one thing, Indians is another. Different parts of England call it other things. The thing is, with America, we really can't decide what to call things. Because we are not the best at naming things. Or giving things new meanings. Like I said with the whole political correctness thing, we say different things in order to, you know, still say it, but make it seem less offensive. So when you say, so if I was to say like, man, there's a whole bunch of black people in that church, yeah, they would say like, oh no, you can't say that, that's a bit offensive. So they say, wow, there's a whole bunch of African Americans in that church. Still doesn't sound better, but you know, they try to make it a little bit more. They try to make it a little bit more, I want to say, less offensive.
I'll meet you out there.
Color and color with a U, pacifier, and dummy. So wait, like a baby pacifier, you would call it a dummy?
Top notch, my friend. And don't worry, I still need your help to get past whatever traps there might be in the treasure chamber. I will just give you... It's honestly been a lot of fun, but this is where you die.
You honestly don't know who I am.
Please.
Aluminum and aluminium. I've heard it spelled that way before and said that way before. And I always thought, do people actually say that? But lo and behold, now I know. Center and center with the R in front of the E. Or like theater with the R in front of the E instead of at the end. See, I'm starting to catch on. Lieutenant Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Friend, are you all right? I hear explosions coming from the lighthouse. Is that you exploding? I see Captain Scarlett heading towards some bright light and warm water. I would go very, very fast and beat her to the treasure and possibly shoot her multiple times.
Alright, Magnus escape. We gotta follow the beacon. Can't think of others. Just follow our nose. Wherever it goes. The flavorless of fruit. Whatever they grow. Sorry, that was my best Toucan Sam. I remember when they used to do those commercials too.
If it's any consolation, I meant everything I said to you. You're an awesome warrior, a real...
Wow, just the tiny differences in the same language in different countries is interesting, as there are differences for Scottish people to English. Ooh, I want to know these. If at all possible, I really want to know these. If there's differences in between regular words and American words and Scottish words. Learning something new every day. We say I for yes. I would prefer to say that versus yes. All in favor of going out to get some food, say I. I would prefer to say I than anything else. I just sounds more awesome. We say we for small, like a wee laddie. Alright, time to escape the Leviathan. That's a small looking uvula you got, bruh. To think that you're supposed to be this big old scary monster. Oh, look at the wee laddie. In England, we make our first impression of where they are from. I'm from Birmingham, and we just don't like people from Eads. Is that Eads or is that Leeds? Just because they are from Leeds. We also say Wayne for kids. Ooh, I'm learning something new about countries every day. I love this. I love this so much. Because eventually this channel is gonna get really big, and I'm just saying this right now. I'm speaking it out that this channel is gonna get very big, and I would love to have more conversations like this where I learn about different countries. I absolutely adore this. This is what I love to do for moments like this where I get to interact with people from different countries.
So the bad news is the Leviathan swallowed us. The good news
You're from Manchester? Yeah, we are able to tolerate people from Manchester.
Do you remember my pet Roscoe? I found him!
And apparently her... people from Wolverhampton. Oof.
You killed Roscoe!
You're from Glasgow. Nice!
Discretion's the better part of running away. Till we meet again, Vault Hunter. Oh, damn, I dropped my pistol. Do me a favor and don't grab it, would you?
And the rack hive blew up.
Stealing is wrong.
Incendiary greed. Thief! Oh, what do you know? I don't have the enough space to actually you're from Glasgow, but you currently live in Manchester. Best part of Scotland is their urn brew. What's a urn brew? I'm learning new stuff every day. Urn brew is an awesome drink. Interesting.
Don't take it personally.
Who said that?
This ends here.
Who's talking? It's the biggest pop brand. It sold more than Coke and Pepsi combined in the UK. Interesting. I hear Scarlett, but see no Scarlett. I don't get how IRN is pronounced iron. Oh, so it's called... oh, pronounced Iron Brew. Okay. So I was the one pronouncing it wrong. My apologies. Scarlett, where are you? I don't see you anywhere. Are you hiding? Endless bouncing guns of devastation! Americans call it soft drinks, we call it fizzy pop. I think at some point we tried to call it fizzy pop too, but then we thought, nah, we need to come up with something else. Mainly because we couldn't really come up with anything at the time. Hey, let me out! Ooh, you nasty!
This is it, friend. Destroy the Leviathan and the treasure shall be yours.
Alright. I gotta shoot at those little spots on him. And we don't identify Tip Tops by flavors, we know them as the blue one or Coke. Huh. Never knew. How dare you? Was that your queen? Oh, your queen failed horribly. I'm learning so much today. Hee-ha!
The sands is yours, my friend.
I like learning if people can speak different languages. I like learning too. Just the difference in types of, you know. Hey, stop coming back. You gonna die. Period. I like learning about different countries and just interacting with people from different countries. The interaction is what really sells it. It's part of the reason why I do so much of what I do, because I want people from all different demographics, different countries, different nationalities to be able to be welcome here. This is why I continue to do what I do. For moments like this.
And as the sun set on Pandora, the Vault Hunters realized that while they'd found Captain Blade's lost armory, the true treasure of the sands had been inside them all along. The end. How was that?
That last part was really hokey.
Yeah, it felt really Disney.
Extremely. But otherwise, you ended that story pretty well. For a dirty little orphan.
Thanks.
Ah, don't mention it. I better teach somebody to tell these stories when I'm gone. Might as well be you.
Yeah. I love you, Marcus.
That's weird.
Alright. Let's see what type of treasure is here. Another difference is garbage and rubbish. We use rubbish when we want to sound super sophisticated. Because we Americans, we can be sophisticated, but at the same time, we like to use different words from different countries because they sound like top tier sophisticated at times. Like, I think that's the reason why we Americans tend to use a lot of British words in our vocabulary sometimes, because of how, I want to say, the word is highbrow. It may sound to us sometimes. I can't speak for everybody, but we consider the British language and such words from the British language to be very proper and very highbrow and very sophisticated, high-end. I bet you I don't get a single legendary out of any of these. Oh, but I got Muntis. I'll take the monies. Even though I'm quite rich. Sneakers and trainers. Now, I know for a fact that we only call it sneakers. We never call it trainers. The only thing we call trainers are the people that we have help us to work out when we don't want to. Nope, not a single legendary out of these chests. Ah, well, I mean, it's not like I need them, though. And it does not appear that there's any more chests for me to open in this area.
That is beautiful.
Therefore, we can now proceed out. Apartment and flat. Okay, so we actually have two different meanings for that. We have apartment, which is like basic living for like everyday people, and flats tend to be like places for singular American homes by themselves, like a flat or a villa or like a condo. Apartments are with other people. Flats tend to be with just singular people by themselves, at least here in America. And to my knowledge, that's pretty much how that definition still applies. You also call college what we call university. Yep, we kind of use that word too. But we call it... No, it's still considered college, But the only time it's called a university is when we refer to the college in its name. Like Liberty University or Phoenix University. We call it college when we say where we're going, but we use university when it comes to the name of the place in which a person goes. So you only just strictly call it university, like at all times? Because if so, then that's pretty much the difference between American and British language there in that regard. Man, I like having this talk right now. I'm learning so many new things. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're here back at the Oasis. We done burned through the entire, well, main stuff for Captain Scarlett and her DLC. And since someone said something about it, let's see about finding those Minecraft creepers. And since we're going to be going after Minecraft creepers in the Caustic Caverns, in UK, college is different. It's what you have to go to before you can go to university. Whoa, okay. See, that's not the same thing here. That's not the same thing in America. College is the same thing as a university. The university is just like in the name of it. So you mean to tell me that college is something you have to go to before you actually go to a university? So I would have to endure college and then go to a university?
Are we doing a staring contest? I will win. I am super good at staring.
Then they got Hyperius the Invincible. But we're not going to worry about him. We're going to hunt ourselves some Minecraft creepers. Why do I keep calling them keepers? Minecraft creepers. Our college is like your last 2 years of school in a way. Ooh. I can only imagine how long you have to attend both your... Well, how long does one have to attend a university in order to get like a diploma in, like, say you want to be a doctor? Or like you want a degree in the medical field or the like. You want to be a politician or certain things like that. How long does one have to stay in one of your universities in order to walk out with a diploma like one of those? Because I'm actually pretty curious right now. Where's Caustic Caverns? Here we go. We got a mission that can open it up. We graduate school at 16, and we can choose if you want to go to college or not. And after, we can choose to go to university if we have the grades to get in. Interesting. I'm learning so much today. I like this. It's like being at school, except I'm enjoying it. Oh, you done got big! How'd you get so big? Alright, let me check my map. Is this the one that'll open it? Minecart Mischief. Yep, this is it. This will open up the creepers for me. Which way will be quicker? This way. Well, a standard diploma at university in UK is 3 years, but I think it takes 6 years or something if you want to do a master's degree. That's a lot of school. I can understand people who really, truly want to go after that degree. I can understand them going back, but for me personally, I'm just done with school. I'm just done. Just done with it. I don't want to pay student loans for the rest of my life. And that's just me personally. I'm not saying that going to university or going to college here in America is a waste of time. I'm just saying that it's not for everybody. One of my university teachers was still getting his master's while also teaching. Wow, so you can do that and couple that together at the same time? Teach and be taught? That is something. That is... ooh, interesting.
I will say this only once. Your job is to escort the rock chunk to the mineral smasher and deliver the iridium to your supervisor.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, Black Hole Thresher, leave me alone.
Fear me, bitches!
You are not ready for this much power! Like, her character model's arm is not supposed to be reverberating that hard. We graduated with our teacher, so it was quite fun and weird. You graduated at the same time as your teacher? Wow. You know, in all my years of thinking, I would never think of certain thoughts like this, like students graduating alongside their teacher. It's peculiar, but interesting. Hey, who did that? What age do you start school in America? Okay, so I think at the youngest, it depends. It depends on if parents want to put you in like a pre-K, and it actually depends on the state. So actually, let me look this up, because I can't say off the top of my head. I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. The search results are not what I'm looking for. Alright, historically the starting age for kindergarten has varied. The past 5 years, both states and districts have pushed the minimum age to start kindergarten up to so that more and more kids are at least 5 years old when they start school. But that is the minimum age for all states in America as of 2014. So 5 years old is when one would start kindergarten, and then it would go on from there. And this is pretty much just me staring at the back of a Minecraft. Minecart, not Minecraft. Hey, you're in my way. Get away from me today. You're in my way. Move. In UK, you start school at 3 and preschool at 2. Huh. I may have to recheck my results, see if anything has passed in the past 5 years. Anything has changed in the past 5 years, I mean. Yeah, it kind of looks like our age group for like pre-K. Youngest is like 4 years old. Pre-K, pre-kindergarten provides learning to children who are 4 years old on or before September 1st. I need to find more info on this. But we graduate at 16. And I want to say that tends to be the normal graduation age in America is at least 16.
story time. So, the doll miners found it difficult to get the iridium off-planet, and soon found themselves wrestling with the Atlas Corporation as they fought over the same resources. As it turns out, word of a vault can travel many galaxies.
Got something for ya!
I thought graduation in America was 18. Yeah, you might be right. It might be 18. I don't know why I was thinking of 16. I was just thinking of 16 years old, summer jobs, driver's license. So you might be, I believe you're right. It's 18. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It's 18 because that's when I graduated. I was 18 when I graduated from high school.
And left without evacuating most of us. The bandits you fight out there,
Whew.
family men, workers, scientists. We're all broken.
That was almost 10 years ago. So it's still 13 years for both countries, just different ages. Yes. Stop hitting me!
Wasn't my time!
Whoo! What sort of modded grenade did I get? There's a big one coming. There's a big one coming. Get the door open. Get the door open. We got to go. We got to go. Wait, why am I worried? I can kill them all. I got ricocheting bullets. Ricocheting infinite bullets. You ain't ready for this. I like the differences in laws. I'm 20 and can't drink in America, but can here in the UK. Yeah. There's a lot of age restrictions that are a lot different here in the United States. Like, for example, when it comes to age limits and like when the age you're considered adult. Here in America, 18 is when a girl is considered, a woman is considered an adult, and 21 is when a man is considered an adult. So does that same thing apply somewhat in the UK, or is there an age difference that is definitely different than that? And it's just now occurred to me that I probably didn't need to even do this mission in order to get access to the Minecraft creepers. Wait, it's different for gender? Yeah, it is. In America, the official age that a man and a woman are considered adults is different. 18 for women, 21 for men. Sorry, talking to neighbor. You're fine, you're fine. Yeah, I need to find out where these creepers are. Let me look at the map. Let me find out. Minecraft creepers! In the Borderlands, Borderlands. Where are you, creeper? Where are you hiding? Why are you hiding from me? Don't you know I'll find you? Huh, it was where we started. Here it's 16. So 16 for all ages? $18 to drink and smoke, 17 to drive, 16 to... Oh, 16 to be married? Wow, that is... Wow. 16 to be married in the UK. Well, that's something. And while I can see it is different depending on the country, 16 to drive a motorcycle. Wow, there is just so many stipulations. 16 or 18 when considered an adult, it can depend on some circumstances. Okay. Alright, so how do I get into there to get the creeper? Creeper! Oh, wait. So how do I open up this spot so I can get into where the creepers are? Never mind. I think it's supposed to be around here someplace. It's supposed to be a place with blocks. Stop trying to bite me! I'm trying to find otherworldly creatures! So I can't remember if the creepers have like getting to the creepers was like a secret entrance. I remember you have to drop in somewhere. Hold on, let me pull chat back up. 18 to vote, but being debated in Parliament to change to 16. Go back to where you were, then stand on the rock, then turn left. Handsome Jack! Hi, Jack. Hi. Sorry I let Lilith killed you. Actually, I'm not sorry. You kind of wanted to kill everybody else, so... It is what it is. Alright, so over here. I know you sympathize with Jack. That much is certain. I, however, do not. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. It's only fair that we hit it because we don't have any pickaxes. This is me how I would be if I played Minecraft. It's been a while since I last played Minecraft. I want to say a couple years. I just stopped playing it. Actually, I should probably make a little space that only I can get through so that the creepers themselves... Look at this! And guns do nothing. Since we don't have any melee weapons... Can I crouch through here? Yes! A perfect way for me to be able to get out because... Creepers! There's the creepers! You would erase the half of the universe with the infinity gun. Ugh. Then we had to get all the Vault Hunters to fight you, and then it would be Borderlands Infinity Gun. So note to self, don't stand close to a creeper because they blow up extremely large. Oh no, my cover! Get inside, get inside, get inside! Checked out a YouTuber I watched play through Minecraft, and he installed during the playthrough. He is still during the playthrough. Yeah, here's the thing. Minecraft is still just as relevant as it was when it first came out. That thing is constantly updating and people still play it. So you're not going to hear me fault anybody for playing Minecraft. Brought a tear to your eye. Yeah, it really has been a while. Okay, there's the big joker. What will you drop for me? What will you drop for me?
One less badass.
He'll drop a head. And they'll drop a skin. Alright, so... what's in here? There better not be another creeper in here. I see train tracks. And there's nothing in here. It's just empty space. Trying to get shotgun legendary from creeper, but all I got is a sniper. Well, just keep farming them. It takes time, but RNG is just... it can be cruel. Sometimes it can be really good. Sometimes it can be extremely cruel. Well, there's no more creepers coming out. Wait, can I use my grenade to blow these up? Was anyone here disappointed with Game of Thrones Season 8? I was. Oh, can I please talk about it? Can I talk about it? I want to talk about this. If I don't do anything else during this stream, because we're pretty much done with the whole DLC for Captain Scarlett, I want to talk about Game of Thrones Season 8. I am severely disappointed. I am very disappointed. Because I spent years watching this show. From Game of Thrones Season 1 all the way up until now. And I just feel like they just wasted everything. All the character development that was built up from the get-go. Backstory that we could have gotten, but haven't. Reasons for people doing things that is never explained. Disappearances and inconsistencies. Starbucks. And the multiple times that no one has double-checked to make sure that normal stuff in a show, in a medieval show, is not in the frame. Looking at you, multiple scenes in Season 8. Starbucks coffee mug sitting on the table, but if you try to look at it now, it's edited out. But if you look at the... oh my goodness, I gotta talk about this. I need to get back to Sanctuary, where I'm not getting shot at, where I'm in relative peace, so I can fully dish on this entire season. Because I am so... I want to say distraught. Well, not even distraught, just completely whelmed. Not overwhelmed, not even underwhelmed. Just whelmed. Seen mistake on Game of Thrones about a pancake? Wait, I'm sorry, what? There's a pancake in Game of Thrones? In Season 8? If it's from previous seasons, then I'm not counting those. But if it's from season 8, and they let this slide, then this whole season was a lot more sloppy than I originally anticipated. And I have to say that YouTube is actually behaving today. I haven't had any stuttering or lag issues with the stream for everybody, and everybody's been able to see and hear things coherently. So I'm actually proud of YouTube today. We don't know how they're going to behave the rest of the week, so fingers crossed. Pardon me, I'm going back to Sanctuary, because we got to talk about some Game of Thrones right now. I didn't like Sansa being queen in the north. She did nothing to deserve it. Bran didn't do it. Okay. Let me just get to Sanctuary, because this season had me livid. Okay. We're going back to Sanctuary, and you're pretty much just going to see me standing still because my hand's off the controller now. So now I can fully move my hands in either anger or frustration. Okay, let me say this. The first 2 episodes of Season 8 were pretty good. I liked it. But then 3 onwards just went straight downhill. First, we get everyone coming to the north, and we get like the whole altercations, like Sansa doesn't like Daenerys, and Jon is trying to reconcile with everybody. He's getting reunited with everybody. Arya's all like, we're your family, don't forget that. And Jon is all like, I love my queen, and I'll do whatever she orders me to. It doesn't matter. She's our queen. She's come here to get rid of the Lannisters. Like, Jon, you still don't know nothing. Then later on, we got episode 2 where I guess Jon finds out that he's actually a Targaryen and he's the rightful heir to the throne, and that just makes things worse. Then the Night King starts to come up, and he pretty much just bodies Winterfell almost completely. Like, I found it extremely hilarious how the Dothraki, when the red woman, the Scarlet woman, Melisandre, I think that's her name, Melisandre, completely covers all the Dothraki weapons in fire. And you think, wow, this is going to be pretty good. You know, aside from the fact that no one can see anything in this episode. And you would think that the Dothraki have like a bit of a fighting chance. I think they don't. Because, I mean, it's the Night King and the army of the dead. So they run up, and all you see is just Dothraki lights just going snuffed out. They didn't even last a full minute. They ran from one end to the other, and every single light was just gone. Then you see some horses come back. You see some headless corpses. And then the dead just ransack everybody. Numerous people die. The Night King is impervious to dragon fire. And he's just fighting Daenerys and Jon in the sky, which I thought was pretty cool because that's the only thing you can see in the entire episode. Everything else is just dark. I understand this is happening at night, but you ain't gotta pretend like there's absolutely no light whatsoever. If I can't see, if Brienne of Tarth has gotta be the most light-skinned person in the entire group with her blonde hair and everything. Not to mention her and Daenerys. Daenerys is wearing full-on white. How is it that she's hard to make out from the snow and different things in certain scenes? Like, how is it that certain characters are hard to make out in any of the settings because it's so dark? Oh, well, we made it this way. It's supposed to be this dark. You mean to tell me, and that is, Ghost should have had more screen time. He should have had more screen time. Drogon, why is it that the animals have the most emotional weight and the most things to add on to anything that's going on in Game of Thrones? Ghost did more than Jon did. And Drogon is pretty much a dragon, and he does so much damage to everything. And it's like, and where's Cersei? And where's Cersei during this entire season? She spent the entire season on a balcony. Didn't go nowhere, just sat on a balcony. We don't see her change no clothes. We don't see her walk around the castle. She's just standing on the balcony doing jack.
Oh my god, this is dull.
My sentiments exactly, Maya. Seriously, the whole season is exactly how Maya just said. Then you got Euron Greyjoy. You know, a recent study found dogs stay up at night thinking about their owner and choices that day. We don't deserve dogs. Seriously, dogs are awesome. And the fact that Ghosts had more to do in the entire season of season 8 and had more weight, more constructive stuff to do in the entirety of season 8 than all other human characters. All the animals, all Drogon and Ghosts and anything that was not human had a more impact on people than the actual humans. It is so sad. So, back to the Battle of Winterfell. I thought it was going to be awesome. Then we get to the point where, and here's the thing, Bran is just at Winterfell. Bran ain't doing nothing. I can see everything. I can see the past, present, and future. What does he do with it? Let me just find some ravens, and then I'll fly around the Night King to slightly distract him, but then I don't do nothing else for the rest of the episode. Then everyone decides to protect Bran because he apparently is the memory of the whole world and all that it was, is, and will be. And everyone's all like, we have to protect Bran because if the Night King gets to him, then that's the end of the world. Bran literally could warg into Drogon if he wanted to. I mean, he could warg into people. There's no reason why he couldn't warg into Drogon. But I don't know, maybe Drogon is possibly too, fire-spirited, too fiery, too hot-headed, as it were, for him to be warged into. Why not kill Bran? My thing is, that was the Night King's goal, was to take out Bran. Because if he took out Bran, then he literally took out all memory of the world and all ways that anyone could ever anticipate what he was going to do. So my thing is, the Night King just shows up with his entire army of the undead and all the White Walkers. And Bran should have warged into Ghosts for the fight. No, Bran is just going to warg into some ravens that we see for one scene and don't see for the rest of the movie. I'm sorry, not movie. Don't see for the rest of the episode. He's just warged into everybody until the Night King gets to him. Like, first of all, Bran, you flew past the Night King, got him distracted, and had the Night King knocked off of Viserion, and Viserion is just out of the picture. So, where was Bran warging to all this time when everybody was dying? Like, Jorah died, and the guy that is friends with Jon, not Sam, but the guy with the long hair, and is always saying like, oh, we're screwed all the time. He uses another word, but you guys know I don't use profanity, so he uses another word, but it's become his catchphrase. He dies, and I'm just thinking, like, the Night King, Ed, that's his name, thank you. Ed dies, Jorah dies, and I think some other people die, but we don't care about them because the episode was so bad that we literally... The bad thing about this episode is that the deaths of the people in the episode don't carry any weight because the episode in and of itself ended on such a sour note. Poor Lyanna Mormont. Yeah, seriously. So, the Night King pretty much makes his way all the way to where Bran is. Theon dies. Oh, I forgot about Theon. Theon dies, protecting Bran. Now I will say he went out pretty good. He went out fighting, even though he spent most of the entire series serving other people and arguing over whether or not he wanted to be with the Starks and everybody, and his whole stint with Reek and everything, and Ramsay Bolton and, that insane Joker of Game of Thrones. And he goes out, Night King gets to Bran, he's about to kill Bran, and here's the thing, all of the undead surround Bran and Theon before Theon dies. All the Nightwalkers are there. The entire area where Bran is packed. Packed! Beric Donadarian, Melisandre, and what is the little young queen? The young queen. The one that is very smart alecky, but she's like a kid. What is her name? I forget her name. Poor Lyanna. Wait, that was Was that Lyanna? That little kid, wasn't that Lyanna? Hold up. Apparently I just got some magazines. Hold up for a quick sec. Okay, yeah, Lyanna Mormont. She went out and she took down a giant undead. I need to check something. I got a magazine from a subscription that I know for a fact that I canceled. Oh, maybe it's because I renewed my membership with Barnes & Noble that they sent that I think they possibly sent me a free magazine. Because I know for a fact that I canceled my subscription. I called myself trying to get a subscription for a store where they had some DVDs that I wanted. And I thought, maybe I'll just go ahead and get this membership thing. No, they started charging me all this because I had to choose some magazines to get, and then it started charging me. Oh, we're charging you now because, yeah, I think it's just a free magazine. I'm checking my bank account. I'm making sure I ain't getting charged and I don't know it. But I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so Lyanna Mormont. She has like this one of the singular greatest moments in the entire story. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. And she, in one of the greatest moments, aside from, setting the Dothraki weapons on fire, she takes down a giant undead by herself. Of course, she dies in the process, but she still takes one down. So, post-mortem metal right there. But my thing is, the entire courtyard where Bran is packed with undead. There is no possible way a person who is still alive can get through them, no problem, including all the rest of the White Walkers. So before the Night King even kills Bran, Arya, out of nowhere, out of no possible angle, comes up behind the Night King, jumps at him, he catches her. She uses her little knife, stealthy assassin hands to stab him in the stomach with a dragonglass dagger, and he just dies. He dies, all the White Walkers die, all the undead die. Arya, by herself, single-handedly ends the long night and takes down the big bad that is really supposed to have taken everybody to take down by herself. Do you want to know how you want to know how sad that was? My thing is, whoever wrote this season 8 completely forgot that everyone is mortal. You're not just going to suddenly have super ninja skills and sneak up on someone who is able to see someone who can see him in visions. And then my thing is, how did Arya manage to catch up to the Night King and jump up behind him, and not a single White Walker, not a single undead managed to see her? You know what I think it was? I think it was because the episode was so dark. We couldn't see anything, so I think the Night Walkers and the undead's vision was messed up too. The episode was so dark that not even the Night Walkers could see. That's why that episode was so dark and the brightness was down. The mountain isn't immortal. Okay, so he's the exception. He's the Frankenstein's monster. We're going to get to him, too. But Arya, by herself, single-handedly kills one of the most powerful individuals in Game of Thrones that we've seen. Like, the dude can literally raise the dead on demand, regardless of how far or near he is to any individuals anywhere. He can bring back dragons. He can bring dragons back to life and use them as his own personal mounts. Use said dragon to destroy the wall itself. Able to turn young babies into White Walkers. And is impervious to dragon fire. Has almost Steph Curry-like aim when it comes to hitting things. And you mean to tell me that Arya... And the Night King is thousands of years old. Thousands of years old. And you mean to tell me that Arya, with her 1 season of training as an assassin... 1 season of training as an assassin... becomes so OP level that she's covered in plot armor... and is able to kill the biggest, most terrifying individual in the entire series. Effortlessly. And with that, we don't find out where the White Walkers come from. We know that the children of the tree, or whatever they're called, the tree children, they created the first White Walker and he became the Night King. But we don't find out how he became so powerful. We don't know where they're based at, where they actually came from the north. We just know that they're based in the north. We don't know anything more about their capabilities. We don't know how they managed to gather up so many dead people to be part of their army. They just die, and then they're gone. Plot armor versus ancient, immortal, powerful, magical being makes sense. Exactly! It makes sense by not making sense at all. Plot armor versus ancient, immortal, powerful being. Let's see which one will gather more ratings. And that alone is just what rubbed people the wrong way, and we could already see that the episode started to go downhill from there. Then we got the next episode, where they're all in talks about what to do next. Like, we have won the Great War, now we shall win the Last War. And then we got the Starbucks on the cup. Daenerys doesn't like the fact that people like Jon more than her. What did you expect? You just come out of nowhere... proclaiming yourself to be queen versus Jon, who has come back and has come back to literally fight for the living, and then you expect everyone to like you? And Sansa ain't having none of that. Sansa don't like her. Sansa don't like her at all. And I'm really just covering everything because it's just so disappointing. Like, and then we have Brienne of Tarth and Jaime. Well, Gendry got lucky too. Boy. Gendry. Like, sure, he becomes a lord at the end, and sure, he and Arya become like a one-night stand, because afterwards Arya just says, I'm not the type to be tied down to anybody. I'm not a lady. I'm a killer. She doesn't say the killer part, but she says she's not a lady. And she said, it's just like, wow. You mean to tell me that was just like a one-shot deal that doesn't go anywhere? I meant being named Lord of Storms and not the other thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gendry got lucky. He finally his name finally got him some recognition. But that other thing, though, that actually caught me by surprise. Because I'm thinking, like, I've been watching this show for years. And I've seen Arya grow up. And I'm thinking, and she's like almost like a kin to like a TV sister to me. I was all like, Arya, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Put it back on. Put it back on. I don't want to see this. So it's like watching your kid's sister. I'm like, I don't want to see this. And it's just engraved into my mind. So after that happens to be the long night, and then half the people die, and then Jaime and Brienne of Tarth have one moment, and it's like, that's not going anywhere. Because apparently all of Jamie's developments, character developments, like him leaving Cersei, that was, when he left Cersei, I actually thought that, hey, he's growing up. He's not going to be tied to his sister anymore. Then he goes right back to Cersei and says, Cersei's a hateful person and so am I. And just leaves all of that character development behind. You actually got a person that truly cares for you that doesn't have your last name. And you just gotta run. You gotta wonder how the Gendry actor felt having to film that. I don't know. Because I see Arya's like Maisie Williams is younger than me. She's like what, 21, 22? And she said that she was okay with doing that scene, but I'm thinking like, I'm older than her, and I see her like I see the Stark family as my family too. So seeing that happen, I was thinking like, no, my sister, no, I don't want to see this. So it was just awkward for me. But then the character development for Jaime just went downhill. He and Brienne of Tarth have like a one night thing. And I thought Tormund was actually going to have a happy ending. But no, he gets thrown off to the side. It's just... Okay, hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the listings for all the episodes, and we're going to run through them all, and we're going to note all the things wrong with it. Game of Thrones. Well, I'm not going to go back to the first, second, and third episodes, because we've already done that already. Season 8. Let's pull up a list of the episodes. So, we got Winterfell, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah, Brienne of Tarth becomes a knight. So, that was actually a pretty good moment. A great moment for her. The Long Night, where a good chunk of people die, and the series starts to go downhill. The Last of the Starks, The Bells, and the Iron Throne. Oh, the bells. Oh my goodness, the bells. Okay, so Last of the Starks. Jon and Daenerys look to the south in the wake of a costly victory. Tyrion proposes a compromise which could help to ease tensions. Alright, let me read through this. Let me just pull this up real quick. So, in the Last of the Starks, they burn all the dead. Because, for whatever reason, they don't want to bury them anymore. Because I thought the reason why you burn the dead was because they couldn't turn into White Walkers anymore. But I guess not. Okay. But I'm just reading things off the side. No, not the bells. No, we're gonna talk about the bells. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes of the stream up so far. We are gonna talk about the bells and just how it went completely off the rails and just went from why to just this is stupid. Okay, let me just find full-on synopses of these episodes. Alright. Yes! Here we go. Thank you, Wikipedia. Okay. The Last of the Starks. Alright. The living army meets the army... The survivors mourn and burn the dead. Daenerys legitimizes Gendry as a Baratheon and names him Lord of Storm's End. Arya declines Gendry's marriage proposal. Jaime and Brienne become lovers. To protect her position as queen, Daenerys wants Jon to conceal his true parentage. So, not enough space to bury everyone. Fair point. Daenerys wants Jon to conceal his true parentage. They go back and forth arguing that I want to be queen. Even though you have the right to be king. And even though Jon says, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to be king. I want you to be my queen. And Daenerys is all like, well, everyone else is going to see you as king. But I want to be queen. So let's do something that's going to make it so that no one ever knows. You have to keep it secret. Proceeds to tell Sansa and everybody else. Who proceeds to tell everybody else. Like, nobody can keep a secret. Bronn arrives to kill Jaime and Tyrion for Cersei. And he's all like, I'll kill you right here and right now. But then gets offered Highgarden in exchange. Give me this and I won't kill you. If you die, don't die. Otherwise I won't get what I want. Daenerys wants to immediately attack King's Landing, but her war council disagrees because, suddenly everyone starts to become stupid instead of think things through. Jon reveals his Targaryen claim to Sansa and Arya because, Jon is knower of nothing and he knows nothing about keeping secrets. Swearing them. Wanting Jon as king, Sansa tells Tyrion, who informs Varys, who is the literal last person you need to tell secrets to, because he is the person that tells secrets to other people and learns their secrets. Arya leaves Winterfell and joins Clegane in order for Clegane to kill the Mountain and for Arya to kill Cersei. Tormund returns north with the wildlings, taking ghosts at Jon's request. Doesn't even pet ghosts in their last meeting. As Varys said, it's not a secret, it's information. Yeah. Seriously. If more than 3 people know a secret, it's no longer a secret, it's information. Okay, Tormund returns north with the wildlings, taking ghosts at Jon's request. Jon does not pet ghosts when Ghost leaves, highly disappointed. Daenerys and her fleet set sail for King's Landing, while Jon leads the Northern Army. There's so many time skip and jumps into how much time passes within episodes. Remember when episodes used to take you days to get to places? Now all of a sudden it cuts to them being at places now because they want to cut travel time in half now. Alright, at Dragonstone, Euron's navy ambushes Daenerys' fleet, destroying many ships and killing Rhaegal with superior scorpion weapons. This will be the only time they ever aim properly. Missandei is taken hostage. Daenerys considers seizing King's Landing using Dragonfire. Varys and Tyrion debate whether Jon or Daenerys is a better ruler. I vote in favor of Varys because he serves the realm, and only those who serve the realm have the most common sense. After the fleet is attacked, Jaime feels compelled to return to Cersei for no apparent reason whatsoever. He literally has no reason to go back to Cersei. His whole character arc was him leaving Cersei. But all of a sudden, he just goes back to her. Despite Brienne's plea that he stay, Cersei defiantly refuses Daenerys' demand to surrender because, they instant transmission in front of the castle gates, and orders the Mountain to behead Missandei and Raging Daenerys and Grey Worm. I'm just thinking, there's just so much going on. Missandei was nice. She should have survived. And then we get to the bells. Oh boy. Let me just get a moment to catch my breath here because this episode just did it in for me. It was just such an utter disappointment. I know people say they enjoy the Game of Thrones, the episodes of Game of Thrones, but it was just such a disappointment. It was just a complete reversal, and it was like, why did I start watching this series if it was just going to lead here? So just give me a moment to catch my breath. Just a moment to calm my nerves just a little bit. So, they start attacking King's Landing, and the Hound and Arya start making their way inside. There's so much wrong with this episode. There's just so much wrong with this episode. They go. Everyone starts attacking everybody. Then all of a sudden, Daenerys comes out of nowhere. She wrecks the entire Iron Fleet. It's as if no one can aim properly anymore. They had perfect aim before, but then all of a sudden they certainly turn into stormtroopers, and they can't aim anymore. Drogon pretty much just destroys all the major Scorpion turrets everywhere, and then she destroys the opening to King's Landing and destroys all the armies in front, and it's almost as if, what happened to the giant turrets you had lining the entire city? Like, you had people who could man these things, and you couldn't, and you had perfect aim. And you were all prepared to take on Daenerys and her dragon, and then all of a sudden, as soon as she, flies in from the top of the sky and using the sun as cover, suddenly everyone forgets to aim. Then you can't. Then all of a sudden you can't shoot anything properly, and now it's all like, oh no, she has a dragon, everyone run! So my thing is, it's just disappointing. And I'm sorry for the pauses, it's just, the episode was just so disappointing. So the armies go in, and they started only attacking the Lannister army. And it gets to the point, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Had a little situation there for a moment. So the whole army comes in, and they start attacking all the Lannister army, and everyone's saying like, we surrender, ring the bells. So it gets to, and the thing is, Cersei is still standing in the tower, just standing there like she has been the entire season. And after that happens, and Drogon pretty much just wrecks everybody else, then the bells start to ring, and then all of a sudden, Daenerys suddenly, awkward silence. Yeah, it was just something else going on. But the bells start ringing, and then for no apparent reason, Daenerys just goes mad and then just starts massacring everybody. And for no apparent reason, she just loses it completely and massacres everybody, and the whole city is just up in flames, and Cersei's all like, what's going on? What is she doing? And Cersei's actually starting to get shocked. And after she massacres everybody, the Hound catches up to the Mountain. They both have a fight, not before Sandor's all like, Arya, you don't need to come with me. If you come with me, you'll die. So she's all like, well, thank you, Sandor, thank you. So after that happens, we have the Clegane Bowl, which is the Hound finally fighting the Mountain. And that was kind of underwhelming as well. We see the Mountain he's fully zombified up, and he pretty much messes up the Hound, and the Hound just like takes him out in like a pretty bittersweet moment where he tackles him out of the tower, while Daenerys is steadily destroying the entire castle. And they both plummet and they fall into this big old mass of fire. Then Jamie comes into the town. Jamie actually manages to sneak into the mountain after Tyrion lets him free. And it's like, wow, Euron just appears out of nowhere because, hey, we got to remember he's here. So Euron dies, after stabbing Jamie multiple times, who, the average person who gets stabbed in the side in Game of Thrones, they instantly die. But Jamie, no, he's the Kingslayer. He can just stave it off. And yet Clegane Bowl was still the best fight of the season. How is it that the mountain, lasted longer than the Night King in this season? That's sad. That really is sad. But after all that is said and done, Jamie finds Cersei, and they both try to escape, but then, oh no, there's been a cave-in, and now they can't escape, and now they're stuck underground, and then they get buried in rubble, and that's how they go out. There's no justice for what Cersei's done over through the series. It's just she and Jamie just die from getting, buried in rubble. And then the last episode, it was just like, I just wanted it to be over. So Tyrion's taken in for treason. Actually, I forgot. Varys gets burned alive because of his treason. His treason. I say that with parentheses. And Tyrion gets imprisoned for his treason. He no longer wants to be the Hand. Daenerys is all like, well, we're done here at King's Landing, but we're going to continue to the rest of the world. And Jon's all like, yeah, I'm not all for this. Stabs Daenerys in the stomach. She dies. And then Drogon is all like, well, I could burn you alive, but now I'm going to burn the Iron Throne, and now the Iron Throne's gone, so now there's no throne for anybody. And then he takes Daenerys and just flies off into the sunset, and he's completely gone. And no one knows where he is. Of course, Bran knows where he is because, he can find him, but doesn't do anything with that power. Then it comes down to finding out who's going to be king, and then there's a water bottle next to Sam's foot that no one notices until after the fact. Then they all think about who's going to be who's going to be king. Then Tyrion decides it should be Bran. Bran's all like, I don't want the throne. And Tyrion's all like, well, you're the best person for the job. And Grey Worm is all like, well, we want to kill Jon because he killed Daenerys. And there's all like, no, we can't do that. Jon should have blamed Drogon. I don't know. It was just a jumbled mess. It was a disappointing, jumbled mess. So Bran becomes Bran the Broken, the new king of Westeros and the Six Kingdoms, because, well, Winterfell has Sansa as their queen, and now they want to remain independent because of reasons. We said we'd never bend the knee, but I don't think that's a term that really holds any more weight anymore. Like, I've heard people say that so many times throughout these seasons, and now it's just, wow, it no longer holds the same weight.
I hated the goddamned Abbey.
So Tyrion is now the new hand of Bran. Sam is now a Maester. Bronn is now the new Master of Coin. And I don't know how that happened. Like, sure, he became like the new king of Highgarden, but how does that make him the Master of Coin? And they're thinking about new ways to rebuild King's Landing and whatever. So then it ends with Arya going west of Westeros because that's where that's where all the maps stop. Then John goes back to the Night Watch, even though the Night Watch no longer has a real purpose, because they were there to either watch out for like the White Walkers and the Night King, or they were to, you know, keep all the wildlings out. And the wildlings are no longer any real threat to anybody in Westeros. So it kind of renders that entire notion of being on the Night's Watch moot. I don't think Sansa deserves it. It also was her brother as king and was still complaining about it. Yeah, she's queen of the north of Winterfell. She's independent from the rest of the kingdoms, and Bran is now king of everywhere else. And he doesn't want to be a part of it. Jon doesn't want it because he loved Daenerys at the time. But it's all like, wow, they couldn't really decide what they wanted this season to be. And then we have Jon meeting back up with Ghost, with the pet that should have been in episode 3. No, episode 4, when Ghost left with Tormund. And then he just goes north with the wildlings, and that's that. And I'm just thinking, like, wow, that is the conclusion you wanted to bring to this whole series? That's disappointing.
I'll never forget what the head monk told me before I left the Abbey. Child, you have so much left to learn, he said. I imagine he would have continued speaking had I not pulled the trigger.
So now, that's it. That's Game of Thrones. There's nothing else after that. And the real problem was because the writers wanted to work on Star Wars. They wanted to rush through this season and to start working on Star Wars. HBO said that, hey, we're willing to pay for the episodes. Edmund Tully, the only man who wanted the throne, didn't get it. Yeah, he didn't get it. But the writers wanted to move on to Star Wars, and HBO was all, no, we will pay you, we will give you the money and fund it, we'll give you enough to make it go to 10 seasons, but D&D were all, no, we're gonna stop here, we're just gonna give it up here, we're not gonna do anything with any of the character development, any of the emotions, any of the stories that has been built up all these years. We're just gonna bum rush it and end it there. It's quite disappointing. But yeah, that is Game of Thrones. It's highly disappointing. There's nothing more I can say on it. But this is where I'm going to call it here, folks. Sorry to have this conversation carry on so long, but I just wanted to, you know, main thing of doing the whole Captain Scarlett DLC, and we'll be handling the Torque DLC tomorrow. So, I hope you all enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!
Bored.